It's been 12 years and Infamous is still stuck on the PlayStation 3. We never got a remaster or even a port, let alone a remake, to modern devices. You could technically say we can play it through PS Now, but that's suboptimal at best and downright unplayable at worst. Infamous isn't the only PS3 game in need of a new release via a remaster or remake, but I'll get to those in separate videos. Today my focus is on 2009's Infamous. I'll proudly admit that I'm biased towards the first Infamous in particular, because it holds a spot as my favorite video game ever made. My love of superheroes and superpowers started when I was a child like most people. I remember seeing Spider-Man, the original 2002 film, in theaters, and that's one of my favorite memories still to this day. And even now, I'm still heavily invested into the whole concept overall of superheroes, from Marvel, DC, and other shows that come up that are just their own thing. I still get that childlike wonder or joy from watching them on the big screen, or even on shows like on Netflix and Hulu. Infamous came out in 2009 and was coincidentally very familiar to one of my favorite animated shows, Static Shock. I played the demo for Infamous on PS3 multiple times, and I couldn't get enough of it. I would look forward to playing the demo again as soon as I would finish it. So when I finally got the game, needless to say, the rest was history. But even though I love the game, it's easy to see how dated the game is, or how it wasn't even that spectacular in some fields, even at launch. For example, even at launch, the game did not look that good visually, especially when you compare it to other PS3 games that same year, like Uncharted 2 and Killzone 2. The animations were also kinda inconsistent. Some of them were good to decent, but others were very stiff looking and janky. But other than that, I loved everything about the game, and these issues I knew could be fixed with either a remaster or a remake. I was thinking that we would get a remaster on PS4, but unfortunately, that never came. Now we're a year deep into the launch of the PS5, and one of the launch games we got was a remake of Demon's Souls from Bluepoint, and the game looks absolutely outstanding. Bluepoint has proven they have the golden touch for remasters and remakes, so I was thinking that maybe they would be the ones to make an Infamous remake. I'm also hoping that if at least they can't make it, maybe a small team at Sucker Punch. Infamous honestly deserves a remaster, and I feel the franchise would need one to have it become relevant again if they want to continue the franchise post-Infamous Second Son and First Light. The thought of an Infamous remake with ray tracing, the haptic feedback of the DualSense, and maybe even a denser city makes me excited, and I want it to happen so bad. That's why I'm making this video. Again, I made a video earlier saying, oh, these are games that need to be remastered. Well, Infamous is getting its own video now because we're in 2021 and we still have nothing. We just had the PlayStation showcase, and I'd be lying if I said Insomniac didn't troll me and a lot of other Infamous fans with that Spider-Man 2 trailer. When we saw the city and we saw the lightning, I can't lie, my heart dropped for a second. I thought it was an Infamous remake or just a return of Cole McGrath. Nope, Spider-Man 2, which I was happy. I was let down, but at the same time I'm like, oh, it's Spider-Man 2, so it was like one blue ball instead of like both of them. But still, I'm just asking anyone in charge of these, whoever's in charge at Sucker Punch, Bluepoint, PlayStation, please consider either remaking Infamous or at the very least remastering it so we can play it on modern hardware. Hell, I wouldn't even mind a PC port, that way I could play the game at 120 FPS. And then you could potentially mod the game to fix anything that might be broken or anything that's a creative choice that they didn't like. I'm saying all that to say this. All the options are there. Please remaster Infamous from 2009. It's my favorite game of all time, and while I can still go back and play it and enjoy it, I can't lie. Playing a game at 720p, 30 FPS in 2021 just doesn't feel right. Especially not when you know that it could be running on a new machine where you could be getting 60 frames at any higher resolution than 720p. So again, please remaster Infamous.